Dean Smith left Brentford in 7th place to take up the vacant managerial seat at fellow Championship side Aston Villa, who were 12th and had just parted ways with Steve Bruce. Now, I've heard a lot of Steve Bruce and watched the teams he has managed, and honestly, I'm not sure how he still gets hired. All the clubs that he has touched seem to be a mess when he is done with them. I'm talking as far back as Sunderland, Hull City, even Newcastle these days. Nevertheless, in that very same season, Dean Smith won the playoffs to take Aston Villa to the Premier League. They narrowly avoided relegation on the last day of the 2019-20 campaign, and well, we all know the damage they did last season. They started the 2020-21 campaign in ridiculous fashion. They had won their opening 4 fixtures, including a 7-2 thrashing of champions Liverpool at Villa Park. Their goal-scoring form was temporarily halted following a 3-0 loss to Leeds, but they would score 3 goals in each of their next 2 fixtures. The team spent majority of the campaign in the top half of the table. In fact, their lowest position they saw was 11th, which is where they ultimately finished. I think they will finish in the top half of the log the season out, and let me tell you why. Defensively, they have a solid keeper in Emiliano Martinez. Last season, City's Edison kept the most number of clean sheets with 19, followed by Chelsea's Mendy on 16, and then Villa on 15. That's already impressive in itself. But wait, throughout the entire season, Edison only had to make 66 saves and Mendy 57 saves, whilst Martinez had to make an incredible 142 saves. That's more than the combined totals of Edison and Mendy. That's the kind of keeper that Villa have. This shows their defense is getting done, yet he is still a force to be reckoned with. I won't say that he is the best keeper in the league, but I will say this: he is the league's most informed keeper. Martinez was the goalkeeper for Argentina in the Copa America. He kept 5 clean sheets out of 7 games and played a pivotal role in them winning the trophy. In the 2019-20 season, they conceded 67 goals compared to last season's 46. They were in dire need of a keeper, with all 3 first-team goalkeepers playing 5 or more Premier League games. They were Nyland, Pepe Reina, and Tom Heaton. Villa plays with a back 4 consisting of Mings, Konza, Target, and Cash. Target played out of his socks last season and was voted Villa's Players of the Year. Tyrone Mings strikes me as an irrational defender. I think he is very clumsy and likes to square up against attackers unnecessarily. I also see that characteristic trait of all great centre-backs. By that, I'm alluding to the forward run when the ball is whipped into the box from open play to give the opposition side something to think about. He is a real goal threat from corners and has a good change of pace on him. Matty Cash seems to have secured the right back spot after the club decided not to offer El Mohammadi a contract extension. They have added Ashley Young in defence, and I'm sure he will be giving the Villa players tutorials on crossing and free kicks. There is some serious competition for places in the Villa midfield. In my opinion, John McGinn has had a great Euros with Scotland. Whilst they didn't win much or go far in the tournament, whenever I saw him, he was always pressing or on the move. Tireless workhorse, and at only 26, I'm sure we will see him for years to come. He generally plays as a deep midfielder alongside Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz featured in Brazil's Copa America squad, which made it to the finals and is currently away with the Brazilian Olympic team, and they will contest the finals against Spain. Douglas Luiz does the dirty work for Aston Villa. Last season, he ranked third from all Premier League midfielders for fouls. I'm inclined to say that these were because he was out of position rather than tactical fouls. They have added Bundia and the pacey Leon Bailey to their ranks. Can only intensify competition for places in the squad. My pick of this entire squad is Anwar El Ghazi. He is such a talent, an incredible player to bring off the bench, a proper super sub, someone who you can look to change the game and swing the tie in your favour. He chipped in with 10 Premier League goals for Villa last season, in only 28 appearances, 17 of which were starts. When he is on the pitch, you know he is only thinking about the shot. It's almost like defenders are too distracted with Grealish or Watkins to realise what a threat El Ghazi is. Whilst Villa are obviously a better team with Jack Grealish in it, I think they will be okay if he leaves. I'm glad he stayed with them for last season. It almost reminded me of Ronaldo's last season with United. It was rumoured that Ronaldo was supposed to leave the year before. However, Ferguson convinced him to give the club one more season, no doubt reminding him of where he came from and what the club did for him. I don't think Dean Smith's words would have meant anything to Grealish, but it was probably his ties to the club that had decided to give them one more season. Premier League clubs have been after Grealish from his championship days. I remember when Pochettino made him his Spurs' number one transfer target ahead of the 2018-19 season. In the end, Pochettino didn't get him, nor did he sign anyone else during both transfer windows, yet he still took them to the Champions League final. As things stand, Grealish is still an Aston Villa player. However, there is rumours that City have placed a £100 million bid for him. Should he leave, I'm sure they will intensify their pursuit of Ward-Prowse after it was reported that Villa had made a £25 million bid for him and had it rejected by Southampton. The Aston Villa Academy is probably second to the West Ham Academy when it comes to producing young talent. Last year, the club's academy player was Carney Chukwuemeka, and I'm sure we will see glimpses of the teenager this season. The coaching staff at Aston Villa has seen some changes. John Terry has vacated his assistant manager position at Aston Villa. The former Leicester City manager, Craig Shakespeare, is actually an assistant manager to Dean Smith, and he was signed on in August last year. Should Dean Smith not continue as the head coach for whatever reason, they will most likely promote Shakespeare. Until we meet again.